Welcome to another stock analysis video performed by MajesticTrader.com, where active traders seek greater profits. So let's begin. Hi everybody, welcome to another weekly video analysis from MajesticTrader.com. This is Ron Lang. First thing we're going to do is look at the S&P and see what type of action we had this week. And although it was pretty mixed, it still looks like we are on target for this 1300 level to be breached probably next week. We had two major earnings announcements this week, Alcoa on Monday and JP Morgan today. Both were mixed to negative, although the internal numbers on JPM were pretty good. Next week really kicks off the earnings. We have a lot of big names that are coming out, including Microsoft, General Electric. We have IBM, which is a big one on the 19th, Wells Fargo, Intel, Citigroup, Bank of America, Freeport-McMoRan, Goldman Sachs, Union Pacific. Those are some of them to name a few. That we need to keep an eye on next week as we try and determine really what direction the market's going to go. One of the indicators of this is, when we look at some of the action that we've had over here over the next couple of weeks, we've had, a base, rally, base, rally, base, rally, base. Now we're looking for another stair-step rally right here. And one thing that we didn't get over the last 4 to 6 weeks, as we've gotten in previous earnings seasons, is a lot of, let's just say, decreases of earnings estimates. The ability for some of these companies to come out and more or less lower expectations, so this way they can be in line or beat expectations. And we didn't get a lot of that over the last 4 to 6 weeks, which makes me quite bullish that we will probably hit and breach this 1300 level and go higher. We had some nice up action this week. Today we were down early, but we rallied very, very nicely after 10:30 this morning and really pushed very hard the last hour of the day. So again, we're looking at this 1300 to 1325 level, and depending on how good the earnings are next week, we might even push it to this 1350 level before we take a step back. Let's look at some of the marketers. First is ExxonMobil, and with ExxonMobil, we basically pulled back this week, had a very nice candle on this Friday here, some decent volume, and we're looking for ExxonMobil to push higher. Apple pretty much hit the ceiling here, briefly hit a new all-time high, and then pulled back. There's a good possibility that we could pull back to this 411 level before we go higher. But one thing that we are looking for here is a target, which is essentially a Fibonacci level of 434. Looking at IBM, IBM had a pullback right into this very strong pivot demand and support area here and came out very nicely. I'm actually in this trade as full disclosure, and we are looking for a 185 target, which we'll probably get by either Tuesday or Wednesday of next week going into earnings. If we get to 185 by Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll be out of this trade before earnings. Looking at Microsoft, Microsoft keeps chugging along. It finally came out and closed at the high on Friday. We're looking for a 28.65 target, which is about 40 cents from here. Let's look at Walmart. Walmart's had some pretty good action. Basically is in range bound this week, had a good day of trading today. We're looking for a target of 61.25 to 61.50. With Chevron, basically bounced right off this 50-day moving average, came back to the mean reversion here on the Bollinger Band. We're still looking for a 108 target on that. Google's price action had holdback this week back to the supply resistance area. Essentially, when you're looking at these breakouts, and we break up, especially in an extreme move above this Bollinger Band here, expect to pull back to the mean reversion, which is the mid-range line here, which we got, but we came right back to this supply resistance area here. So now we're expecting our bounce up here to the 660, 665 level, which could be a very nice trade here over the next couple of weeks while earnings mount. Looking at Procter & Gamble. Procter & Gamble pulled back this week, and despite the good action on Friday, Still looking for a pullback here to the 64.75 range. AT&T. Remember last Friday we had a dividend payout that pulled back to the 29.60 level and has slowly and steadily moved up. Again, it had some negative price action today, but finished very, very strong. We're looking for it to close the gap here at around 30.50. I'm also in this trade too. Looking at GE. GE hit the supply resistance area here. Very tough to dictate which direction it's going to go. If it's going to break new highs, we want to look for good volume here. But with the lackluster volume that we've seen here over the last week and a half to 2 weeks, I think this might pull back to the 1840, 1845 level before it tries to go higher. Coke has had some pretty negative price action here, fell back to this the support demand area here. But this is kind of right in between. I really can't tell at this point whether this is more bullish or bearish. If I had to take my pick right now, I would say that this is much more bearish. So I'm looking at a $65 target at this pivot demand support area here before it goes potentially higher. All right, we are looking at McDonald's. McDonald's keeps chugging along. We are looking for a pullback here to the 97.50 level before it goes higher, kind of basically staying within this channel. Has the price action here has been pretty good. Let's see what happens with earnings over the next couple of weeks to see what happens. Okay, Caterpillar. Caterpillar had some interesting price action this week. As we made higher highs and higher lows, it hit our target that we set up back here at the end of December. We're looking for this to eventually work its way up to the $110 level. And being in the S&P, we're looking for Caterpillar to certainly help propel the Dow much higher along with the S&P over the next couple of weeks. Home Depot keeps chugging along. We didn't get this pullback that we were looking for to the bottom of this channel, but still hit our target here. If it can break 43.66 with some decent volume, I think it's going to go higher, folks. I don't think we're going to hit the bottom of this channel here. It looks like it's creating some consolidation and a nice little base here before it takes its next stair step upward. The Transportation Index had some pretty nice action here this week. Again, it pulled back earlier today with the rest of the market and then rallied very hard. A lot of nice bullish action in here to stay just above or just at this supply resistance area here. We're looking for this debase before it goes higher here and potentially hits the target of 55.43 by the end of January or early February. Thank you for attending another MajesticTrader.com's stock chart analysis. Visit our website to request one of our newsletters. Go to our website at www.majestictrader.com. In the upper right-hand corner, put in your email address and your name, and we'll send you out a copy. Once you become a member, you'll have access to complete trade performance, all stock analysis videos, archived newsletters, and midweek alerts that are trading ideas. We'll send those out to you via email. Again, thank you for attending.